Subscribe now. EU Debates.
Merci beaucoup, Mesdames les Présidents de la Commission et du Parlement.
Thank you very much, Presidents of the Commission, Parliament, President of the Republic, Prime Minister. Today, it's not us, but citizens who are going to be handing over the final report on the Conference on the Future of Europe. Let me take this opportunity to thank my two co-chairs for their constructive cooperation. It was a little bit like a ménage à trois. It was difficult, sometimes frightening, but always passionate. This report, dear friends, contains 49 objectives which have emerged from over 300 proposals and measures, and all of these are based on the proposals of our citizens and have also been adopted by the plenary of the conference. These proposals, I believe, show us the path that the European Union should follow during the coming decades. It'll turn the Union more democratic, more integrated, a Union that can act more rapidly and in a more decisive manner when tackling the challenges of tomorrow. This result has only been made possible thanks to one thing: participation. The participation of our co-citizens. And on behalf of you all, I'd like to sincerely thank them for their active participation and sincere commitment.
Vous savez, pour nous, en tout cas pour moi je suis ça fait partie de mon travail. Mais pour nos concitoyens qui sont représentés ici, ce n'est pas le cas. Chacun d'entre vous, chacun d'entre eux a sacrifié du temps libre, des week-ends, plusieurs week-ends, pour s'engager, de temps en temps aussi pour fêter un petit peu, pour apporter surtout ses propres expériences, pour ouvrir de nouvelles perspectives. Eh bien, cette expérience m'a appris trois choses. Tout d'abord, qu'il y a, je crois, beaucoup plus de cohérence, plus d'unité dans nos sociétés que nous le croyons. Vous savez, nous sommes des hommes politiques, il y a aussi beaucoup de journalistes, et on a toujours tendance à catégoriser, à découper la population en différentes tranches. On les connaît, gauche, droite, le nord, le sud, les eurosceptiques d'une part, les europhiles d'autre part. En fait, la réalité est assez différente, je dois vous dire. En fait, presque tout le monde aime l'Europe. Tous les citoyens croient au projet européen. Mais, la plupart des gens...
All citizens believe in the European project, but most people are also of the opinion that the European Union doesn't currently fulfill their dream. So they may well love Europe, but at the same time they're hugely critical when it comes to the working of the Union. And sometimes, I would say, for good reason.
During this conference is that in contrast to what we think, people don't fear change. On the contrary, they urge us to reform the Union, and they want this to happen now. You know, when in 2019 the idea floated of this conference, the world was a very different place from the world we are in today. Since 2019 we have got a pandemic affecting millions of people, killing hundreds of thousands of humans, and now, 77 years after the end of the Second World War, we have again a devastating war on European soil, the result of brutal aggression, killing thousands of civilians, men, women and children alike. It's a war of illiberal autocracy against a liberal democracy, a war of Russian brutality against our European values. Look, Let's tomorrow spot the difference on the 9th of May of this day. In Moscow, a parade with a delirium of arms, weapons and tanks. And here in Strasbourg, a festival of citizens with their European leaders expressing their renewed faith in our common peace project. That's the difference between Strasbourg. And whatever the outcome of this conflict, of this war in Ukraine will be, whatever my belief that liberal democracy will ultimately prevail, the fact is that the world of tomorrow will be a different place. It will be a world dominated by empires. China, Russia, India, the United States, of course. Well, in such a world order, dear friends, only Europe as a bloc can survive. Only united we can defend our values, we can protect the interests of our citizens. Because the European Union that acts too little too late, as we have seen so many times, will not survive. And in that sense, I have to tell you that it's my firm conviction, European integration is no longer a question of choice. It has become a question of necessity, a question of survival. And the recommendations of the citizens and the conclusions of the conference offers, I think, us a roadmap to do that, to avoid that we become irrelevant or even disappear. A new, an effective, more democratic Europe is possible, a Europe that is sovereign, a Europe that is capable to act, and a Europe that leads planet Earth forward. And then my short final lesson. There is, I think, after this experience, no real opposition or contradiction between representative and participatory democracy. And I say that here where we do the representative democracy. On the contrary, I think in a modern democracy, both are necessary, and it's my firm belief that beyond elections, we need, dear citizens, to institutionalize direct citizens' participation as an antidote to division in society. An antidote that is urgently needed against the democratic system that is slowly dying under our eyes, as it is poisoned by the almighty algorithms of Mr. Musk and Mr. Zuckerberg, who see humans only as profiles, and by state-sponsored Russian hackers or Chinese bots who are treating citizens, in fact, as social psychopaths, because that's what they do. So there is no time to waste. Let's be loyal to the outcome of the conference. Let's implement its conclusions as soon as possible, because it's the will of the people, and let the will of the people prevail. Thank you for your efforts. Thank you.